everybody doing? I'm Nate Sallie, and I just want to share a little story with you. My wife and I, we went to a hotel. Yeah, it's a hotel. A couple of weeks ago. It's our 8th anniversary, celebrating our 8th wedding anniversary. If you can believe that, 8 years of sublime bliss. It was. So we went. She had been raving about this certain hotel for weeks. She had gone on a business trip several months ago, came home saying, we have got to spend our 8th anniversary at this hotel. So I've been hearing about this hotel for weeks, thinking this huge build up. I was ready to explode. I was so excited about going to this hotel. It's a one-letter hotel in Atlanta, Georgia, Hotlanta, the New York of the South. So we drove the 3 to 4 hours from Nashville to get there. And it's a one-letter word. The name will remain unspecified. I won't give away the name. Let's just say it's a one-letter title after V before X. Do the math. Or do the alphabet. So we got there. And she had said, man, this place is so unique. It's cutting edge. It's trendy. And sometimes, you know, when you hear the word trendy, it makes me, I'm getting kind of old. You know what I mean? Like my clothes, even for instance, have gone from cool to comfort. It's all about, pretty soon I'm going to be wearing the elastic waistband my grandparents used to wear, the all brown pants, the black padded shoes like nurses wear, but black. And I'm just going to be walking out, my back's going to be a little bent, I'm just going to be waving to people, walking my dog down the sidewalk. That's all I'm going to do with my life. I'm looking forward to those days, actually. That's what retirement's all about. Although we never really retire, do we? God always has something for us. But that's a side point. So we get all the way to Atlanta, and we're getting there and pull into this hotel, walk into the lobby, and it's almost like an all-night rave. I mean, the music is blasting. It's unbelievable. I couldn't even hear myself think. It was a bar mitzvah, and actually there was a bar mitzvah going on, 24/7 bar mitzvah at this hotel. Little feng shui decor over here to the right. Actually, your right, my left, was an Asian fine cuisine restaurant. A lot of peanut sauce, a lot of coconut curry, all that good stuff. I think that's Indian, but anyway, it all goes together. So we were hanging out there and doing our thing. We walked in, went to the front desk, checked in. We were all the way on the 12th floor. So we went all the way up to these 12 floors. There's candles lit everywhere. It was kind of nice, you know. We passed the whatever, whenever desk, and I thought, whatever about that desk. What is that all about? Who is the whatever, whenever desk? So we got all the way up to the 12th floor, and I thought, you know, our dinner reservations are about an hour. So I'm going to go ahead and pop open while my wife gets ready, Sarah. I'm going to pop open my laptop, connect to my wireless connection. I had about 5 minutes of emails to respond to. Pulled it up. No wireless available at this hotel. Now this is a very expensive, I tell you, hotel. This is not the Super 8. They don't have wireless. I mean, I could go to the Ramada. A Ramada that hadn't been renovated since 1987. And I could have gotten wireless. But they didn't have wireless. I said, that's no problem. You know what? No problem. Anger does not bring about the righteous life that God desires. That was a scripture that coursed through my veins when I almost got angry about them not having wireless. But I said, that's no problem. So I looked on their little brochure and it said, you have to get an Ethernet cord. So I said, no problem. So I went down the 12 flights of elevator shaft stairs. Went to the front desk and said, hey, I need to get an Ethernet cord. They said, no problem, sir. So I waited a little while, then looked at me and thought, it's kind of odd. Why is this guy waiting at the front desk? They said, sir, you can actually come down and get the Ethernet cord. The whatever, whenever desk needs to bring it up to you. So I said, okay, I'll wait for the whatever, whenever desk to bring it up to me. So I went back up the 12 flights of stairs. Actually, I took the elevator, but 12 floors. Got back up to waited for 45 minutes. Still, no Ethernet cord. No whatever, whenever desk bringing my Ethernet cord up. All I needed to do was connect on, what is this, 1970, where we have computers that are as big as this room? I mean, it's a laptop. All I wanted to do was connect, get online for 5 minutes. I couldn't do that. So finally I called down to the whatever, whenever desk. I was very kind, because let no unwholesome words come from your mouth. That was what was going through my mind as I talked to the person behind the whatever, whenever desk. And I said, hey, just checking in on the Ethernet cord. And they said, oh, I'm so sorry, sir, we'll bring that up ASAP. Well, ASAP at the whatever, whenever desk must not be what I think SAP. ASAP is as soon as possible. Well, obviously it wasn't possible for them to bring me an Ethernet cord anytime soon. So 15 minutes later, now it's been an hour I've waited for a cord. They haven't gotten it to me. So we were late for our dinner reservations. I was ready, my wife was ready. I mean, I literally had time. I had a full head of hair when I walked. I had time to cut my hair. I had time to take a shower. I had time to get dressed. I had time to pretty much order room service, watch a couple movies, and still could not connect online. So we were actually walking out the lobby. I looked over to the front desk, and the lady said, "Sir, did you get your Ethernet cord?" And I said, "No, but we're late for we have to make our dinner reservation, so we have to leave." And she said, "Oh, I'm so sorry, sir, that cord will be right up." I'm not sure she realized that there was a disconnect, I think, there. I don't think she realized that we were leaving the hotel and that I didn't need my Ethernet cord outside of the hotel walls. I needed it while I was in the room with my laptop, but that, I guess, was not possible. So when we returned that evening from our it was an amazing dinner that we had. So great to share that with my wife. We got back, and there on the desk when we walked in was the Ethernet cord, which is all nice and fine, except while we were gone, I guess someone from the whatever, whenever desk had taken upon themselves to break into our room to bring this cord to us. So we looked through our other belongings just to make sure that everything was there. Everything was fine. The next morning we woke up, we shopped a little bit, went about our business, did our thing. We thought, let's get back a little early so that we can just watch a movie. We don't want to go out and spend the entire evening out doing things. We've got this nice flat screen that they have at the hotel. Let's go back and order a movie. Pay-per-view movie. You just pop a little button, boom, there's the movie you want to watch. So we wanted to watch a movie called Waiting for Guffman. It's an old movie, funny movie. So we looked up on their little thing. What I realized was you can't order a movie off the screen because the DVD player is over here in a cabinet. The screen's over here. There's two controllers, and me being not technically savvy, I'm looking going, what in the world? What buttons do I push? How do I get the DVD player to play a DVD, which I didn't have yet, and play it on this flat screen that's all the way over here on this wall? I didn't see any cords connecting. Maybe they were under the wall, maybe they were in the wall, maybe they were underground. I don't know what the case was, but I couldn't figure it out. You know what I mean? I'm not Michael Scofield from Prison Break. I don't have that kind of mind. So I called down to the whatever desk. I said, "How do you use the DVD player?" And they said, "What do you mean, how do you use the DVD player?" Those are their exact words. I said, "What I mean is, how do you use the DVD player? I don't know how to use it. I've got two controllers here, and I didn't come with a hotel manual with all the buttons on how to use this DVD player and get a video to work. Usually I just pop a button, it's pay-per-view, and you order the movie. But not at this particular hotel. It wasn't as simple as that. Although it was all about being simple at this hotel, it wasn't simple. It was complicated. So I tried to order a movie, and they said, "Well, sir, you can't actually order a movie. The whenever desk needs to bring the movie up to your room." So I said, "Fine, no problem." So I ordered Waiting for Guffman. Well, it was not Waiting for Guffman that I was waiting for. I was waiting for the whenever desk to bring my movie up to my room, and that's what I was actually waiting for. So 45 minutes later, and I exaggerate not, I'm not hyperbolizing here. 45 minutes later, finally, actually, I take that back. There was no finally. I called. You got the drill now. You know the routine. I called at the front desk and said, "Hey, I've been waiting for Guffman for 45 minutes. Where in the world is it?" And they said, "Sir, I'm so sorry. That's been checked out." Checked out? I said, "Could you possibly see if maybe I'm the one that checked it out, room 1207, since I checked it out 45 minutes ago?" They said, "Sir, we're so sorry. We went to call you. My manager meant to call you, but he was multitasking." That was not a good word to use at the time, although that is the word they used. The manager was multitasking, couldn't call you back to let you know that we couldn't bring the movie up because it had already been checked out, which they failed to tell me when I had ordered the movie 45 minutes ago. Now, I'm not even interested in watching a movie now, but I'm flipping through the little booklet to try to find another movie to watch, just so I can say, "Bring me up another movie." Since I spent all this time trying to get a movie, I might as well get a movie in my room. So I ordered this movie called Citizen Kane. Now, it sounded clever, it sounded good, it sounded interesting. When it finally came up after an hour of waiting for this movie, it was a black and white 1942 movie by Orson Welles that we had no interest in watching, Citizen Kane. And as I was signing the little paper, it said that if I returned this movie late, there was an $80 late fee. So you know what I did? I grabbed Citizen Kane and I ran back down the 12 steps of stairs, returning it to the front desk. So I didn't have to pay $80 for a movie that initially I didn't even want, nor did I order. So we ended up watching 2020 that evening on the flat screen. I don't know if you've ever watched 2020 on a flat screen, but it's like 40-40 because it stretches it out. So the next morning we woke up, we went shopping, we did our thing. We got back that evening. I dropped my wife off at the at the mall to do a little extra shopping. I went back at 6 o'clock. I walk in. The minute I walk into the room, the phone rings. I think, who was calling me in this room? I have a cell phone. I didn't give anybody the 1207 number. Somebody calls me at 6 o'clock and it's the front desk. Now you can go figure who's calling me, since the front desk, I've already had 2 run-ins with them and I'd only been there 2 days. So the front desk calls and goes, sir, you know what? Housekeeping informed us that all of your stuff is not out of your room yet. And we are fully booked this evening and you need to get out of the room. And your key doesn't work anyway. I said, well, that is odd. I'm getting a little frustrated this time. I said, that is odd because you just called me inside my room, the room that I just walked into, the room that I just used my room key to walk into, to get into. So how in the world is my room key not working if I'm standing inside of my room talking to you at the front desk right now with the phone that's inside the room? He says, sir, that is kind of odd, but you still don't have to come down to the front desk because you're actually not checked in for this. You haven't been confirmed for this extra night. I said, well, I just checked with the front desk yesterday morning to confirm our reservation for this evening and that we would not be moved to another room, and I'm not very happy. And she said, well, sir, you still don't need to come down to the front. So I went down to the front. And when I went down to the front, she said, well, I don't know what happened, but your credit card was declined. And she goes, well, hold up. It's not declined for the last night. It's actually just floating around. Yeah, the numbers are floating around. She did this right here. Did this right here with her hands. Floating around. I've never seen that happen before. I've never seen my credit card numbers float around. Usually they're either confirmed, yes, or they're declined, no. And it had already been confirmed for 2 nights. The 3rd night, the numbers were floating around. She said, sir, we'll take care of it in the morning, and just go ahead and go back up to your room. So my wife finally got back. The next morning we checked out, and as we were walking out and I looked at the whatever, whenever desk, I thought, this is not whatever we want whenever we want it. It's whatever they want, whenever they want to get it to you.